Beck and Sam here. Thanks for stopping by my channel, Beck and Sam Crafting Fun, to see what I was up to. I want you to know I really appreciate that you are taking the time to stop by and get some inspiration from me. So I was getting ready to do my Craft Roulette card for episode 238. And this week, it was quite interesting because our project is a collage and the colors are an Italian restaurant. The element is short and the random is diagonal lines. So I had a bunch of scraps. It's from this Stampin' Up set, Retired 'Tis the Season, some pattern paper, and I had made a project and had lots of leftover scraps. And then I decided I wanted to use this old Stampin' Up set from 1999, and the elf, I thought, would make the element short work for me because they're short. And as you can see here, this background paper has some diagonal lines, and I have some real red cardstock that I'm going to back it with. So to go to my collage, I had done a previous video where I made some elf cards, and I will link that in the end, but I wanted to use those scraps, and then I'm using something old with the stamp set, and I thought I would use these new Christmas tree dies from Stampin' Up to add old and new. So I am getting started here, and I decided I'm going to collage a wreath with those scraps. And so I just start laying them out and trying to get a circular shape. And I realize it's a little harder than I think it's going to be. So I had this little scalloped circle on my desk that I had cut out from some textbook print, and I thought I'm going to build it around the circle. I thought that would make it so much easier to get my shape. And I'm trying to alternate. There's two different sizes of the little rectangles, and I'm just kind of laying them out here, trying to figure out how I want this shape to be. And I just keep working at it. And then I'm realizing I need to focus on other parts of my card first. I colored up those cute little guys. There's my Santa, and you saw my elf, and there's Rudolph. I had previously cut my die for my Christmas tree, and I deliberately used a piece of green paper that was too short. I didn't want to cut out into a whole piece of the green paper that I was using because I knew I was going to have it hanging off the side. So I just used a partial piece of the green, and I've adhered the Christmas tree on, and now I'm tackling my wreath for real this time, and just decide to put that little piece in the middle that's circular, and I start building my wreath. And I start with the large pieces because I figure we will build around them. And I'm just putting them here and there and just trying to mix the colors up a bit. And while I'm doing this, I just want to talk a little bit about Craft Roulette with you. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I want you to know that Craft Roulette is on Friday nights, and anyone can participate. You do not have to be a channel member like I am to get to participate and upload your picture of your card, and all you have to do is come up with a way to follow the parameters and upload your card to Craft Roulette. I will leave that linked down in the description box below. But if you're not a channel member which I wasn't for a long time. You just have to have your picture uploaded by, I think, Central Time, midnight Central Time on Sunday. So you have Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday to upload your picture. And then you can win some prizes. And I have actually won twice, you guys. So I have, and it's been such a blast every week to build your creativity. So I do encourage you to continue to try Craft Roulette and just try it. It's that first submission that's hardest, and after that, it's easy sailing. You just go to their website. So back to the card. This was the hardest part of making this card, was the wreath, because even though I had the circle, I'm a little lopsided, as you can see, but I keep working at it. And so I am just about to a place where I feel okay with it. I stopped working on the wreath for a while and took the time to fussy cut out the little critters there, and you see my Rudolph is poking out from behind the Christmas tree. I put him up on some foam dots, and I am just fiddling and fixing some of my wreath right now. That was the hardest part of this whole thing. And then I start playing with the Christmas present that I'm going to create at the bottom. And I take Santa and I trim into his hands here a little bit so that it can really look like he's holding that gift. And then I'm deciding where I want my little elf, my little short elf. At first, I thought I was going to have him next to the present, but that just didn't work for me. I had cut his hands off, and I didn't like how they were, so I decided to just take one of his hands and fussy cut it out. I decide to bring you to the end so that you can see the final card. I stamped the Merry Christmas on a banner die that I have from my creative time. I inked around the edges with some vintage photos so that it would blend in. And you can see my Santa with his present. I put a little bow on there. And I have the elf sneaking out from behind the wreath, which that wreath finally turned out the way I liked it. And I'm just adding a little bit of sparkle with some gems here. And I'm feeling pretty satisfied that I hit all of the parameters. So you can see that I have my collage little wreath and my elf waving hello. So that's good. And I do have my Italian restaurant colors with my greens and reds and whites. And elves are short. And the background paper has the diagonal lines. So I really appreciate you taking time to hang out with me and check out my Craft Roulette card. So I hope you are having a great crafty day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.